All right, it appears it's up and running. Look, no, trust me. You're on the other side of the mountain. When technology came into the courthouse, this is not on the waterfront. Flash, 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 flash. In the courtroom, on the waterfront, Elia Kazan, Carl Malden. Not Ann Jillian, that's Gypsy and Carl Malden. I did not tell you to misuse your time period. I'm allowing you, Camille Paglia, TV. You don't bother me. Do you understand that? And neither does the stupidity of Hewlett Packard. I'm disabled. I need to print. Sells me a printer. The Walmart was better. He has given. You have all been in charge. Do not look at who is on the TV. Look who was on the TV. Look who was selling hats on the plaza. Fair trial, free press, shield law. Shield law. Caldwell, Black Panther Party. He interviews them. I'm not telling you anything. Shield law. Journalists are not allowed. They don't have to tell you anything. Don't. This is I am not a journalism major. I am a history major. I put the whole fucking track called Sophia. I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. Good and plenty. Good and... This is not... And my followers. Not you that created it and manipulated. You will never get out of this. I promise you, you won't. Oh, I bought these at the beginning. I had to wash them. The smell will kill you. God only knows what that batch was about. How you doing, Mr. Tidings? Unfair, unfit judges 66? 1900. We got to start saying that. It's 2026. If you don't put that at the beginning, that's going to be very bad. Is this my people? How you doing, Maxine Waters? You want to fix that wig? Do you know that you cannot complain to California if you are not from their zip code? Final report of the Subcommittee on Free Press Fair Trial. 1967. So this Charles Gary, Lawyers Guild, that book was $2.50, if that. $300. I could only copy 50 pages from the New York Public Library. That is not. Who are we talking about? That be Dr. Phil. He in Oprah's stable. Those are Oprah's words. These are my stable people. They will leave being guests on my show when I feel they are ready. Dr. Phil, he's picking the jurors. Charles Gary, he don't like the way the jury is picked. I stand behind all words used Don't bully me. Your time to argue with Justice Warren, that's like 30 years too old. The Big Valley. Oh, that would have been so good, Barbara Stanwyck. I went to college to see the Big Valley. That's on in the morning. Sunday. Oh, that's the best lineup. And then Star Search. California Legislature. Conduct of court proceedings. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my God, you don't know what else is in that bag. Do you know when they have that little conference in New York City? What was it, the New Yorker? Is it always next to that religious place? I don't care. Do they move it? Could you imagine? I have a picture, but I'm not going to share it. Free press, fair trial hearing before the subcommittee on the constitutional rights and the subcommittee on improvements. Oh, why do you keep saying? Because what you say in public is not what you say in private. I'm sure of it, ladies and gentlemen of progressiveness. Improvements in the judicial machinery of the Committee on the Judiciary. United States Senate, 89th Congress. 1966. The Constitutional Rights Subcommittee. Do you like what they did to everybody, me, in 1984? You want to tell me how to use a disc, floppy or otherwise? I'm not even in this century. By law, you must, and my taxes will, federal or otherwise. I have to be afraid of, oh no. System strong. It's in there, I promise. Free press, fair trial. I'm not going to type these all out. I'm just letting you know that I don't believe in rhetoric. The one person who read that teenage pregnancy paper, you know the one. Oh, I know Jill Greenberg from when I used to fly down here over the summer for the Folgers. Jill and I are from the Folgers. You know that one. I say, I finally think I'm going to make a little money at this thing called social work. No, you're not. Change your major to rhetoric. So, troublemaker rhetoric. Should I use my New York accent? Free press, fair trial. 65. The judge is responsible for the courtroom. There is no uniform architecture. No, there's not. For the seats, for the news, as they said, look, go to YouTube, San Francisco. It's all digitized. The news, reporters, Huey Newton, the trial. If I don't get here early, there's only limited seating. I stand firm. Your little ABC, your little NBC. Good morning, stockholders. That's the NIEMAN report, not Neiman Marcus. Although that chartreuse, when I walked in there in New York City, that's my grandma's favorite color. I said, wow. 1960. The public trial and the free press. Oh, you're not going to like this. If I could, I would tell you all the things I never knew. How'd we get there? The radio god. Hot coffee and smooth conversation. I'm looking for an invitation. Please, waitress, pour a little more hot coffee. I run to Kep Mill. Hot coffee, who sings that song? There is no computer. Gore hasn't invented it yet. Wait for it. Justice William O. Douglas, the newspaper man and the lawyers. Here it is, people. It's 1960. Divest from South Africa. Would I say something that I couldn't stick? The divided press of South Africa. Taiwan and its press. Objective coverage of campaigns. Constitutional rights of information. 21 years of NIEMAN fellowships. The NIEMAN newspaper and the foundation. NIEMAN fellows. It better not be on any of your syllabuses when you were in college. March the 22nd, 2022, 11:20 p.m. You know, whatever's going on here, it's just the last 6 months. I told you, I am in India. The computer was hijacked. Oh, I fell for it. Go to your computer. Go here, go. This number, is it there? It is. You better get us right now. Oh, it was bad. I was a hostage. The founder of the Milwaukee Journal, Shlemiel, Shlemazel, Hassenbeck's Incorporated. Is that not Milwaukee? Isn't Gary funny and the rest of the crew from the Bronx? I didn't tell you to go over the board. Woo! You are really woo. No, we didn't have a problem. We didn't have a problem with Ashford University, except one little problem, and that's it. We didn't have a problem with San Jose, and I told you. Oh. But for that web design course, I did use Baltimore. Aftermath of Shepard. You understand, the doctor who they say murdered his pregnant wife? (1968), some proposed solution to the fair press free fair trial controversy. Is there margin notes in my book when I say prejudicial material? Do not try to bully me at 60. What are you going to say? What you say, I was in college. That's what they did in 84. Just do it. That no longer becomes hearsay. Go ahead. Do it. You piece of shit. Kaufman, the crime news reporting dilemma, Los Angeles Times, November 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, 1967. Would that be like Newman and Maramu series? Which one was it, Newman or Maramu? You were either in charge of the Sun or the Inquirer, and your secretary put me through. Ooh, I bet you she got... But I bet you she said, don't fuck with me. I have enough pictures of your ass. Okay. Do you know what he said to me? Sounds like you're going to need a lawyer. Thank you very much. What action should the Congress take on the media shield law? I have the problem? No, that's my second edition. There was nothing wrong with the first edition. Any intelligent person, that's an activity of the brain. I am created to give you room to make money, to be a manager. Don't tell me about life. Please, Tom Hanks in Big? I am well aware that there are psychologists for toys, chutes, and ladders. Are you whacked? My edition has black kids. Watch how you talk to me in life. Ancestry.com. What did you do there? Oh, please. 1 week for free. They have access to what you save. I think I did them a favor. I am interested in serialized, syndicated columns where they are placed, juxtaposed. Thank you, lady. That's a lot better than this one. Like a canary going into the mine, Sophia. I don't know what that means. We send the canary first. If it dies, we don't go. Newspapers Ancestry. May the 7th, 2022, Portchester, New York. Stick your nose out of my business. What SHIELD is all about. The American Newspaper Publishers Association. Caldwell recounted his story. "2022. Do not, little Ireland. He gave you a job. As long as I pay, you have a job. Don't tell me it doesn't exist. You, look, grow up already. If I was mean, I really do mean it. Wherever you turned, it would have been Fish Food Mountbatten. Wow, look at what they've done to my penmanship, but don't worry about that. Why did the New York State Board of Regents every year the fox jumped over the fence and a whole bunch of other stuff? Do not teach me how to speak. Don't be bothered by my tone. I don't bother anybody. What I do in my room is my business. The nation's watchdog, the Emporia Gazette, Emporia, Kansas. Do you want to put some money into Ancestry? Because as long as Kansas published it, Charles Percy, the First Amendment. Caldwell decision. Charles Percy is the yellow. You are going to take responsibility, ladies. And you, Robin Morgan, I waited in line. I don't care about your New Jersey bras and I don't give a flying fuck about feminist dispatches. I don't care about Sisterhood is Global, multiple editions. I'm sure all of those women from all of those dictatorial countries in your little feminist encyclopedia. What did you mean by one day you will meet a man you can trust? You'll see. I'll see what? Journal News, White Plains, New York, drawing the line on the affronts. White Plains, New York, courts versus the media. Fronts to the press, insight. White Plains, New York. How you doing, Mr. Gannett? Was there a motor route, Gannett, with over 400 papers, one person? I needed him anyway, Gannett. Every morning I'm in Union Station, on my way. And every morning, don't worry, he's fine. The Tampa Bay Times, what action should Congress take on the media shield law? Oh, I didn't tell you to dig your hole with Ben Holman. Times editors reaffirm the first. That was the Mother's Day special, as I explained to the lady in Ireland. Listen, I don't know what you're talking about. You sent me a Mother's Day special 5 days free. Do not, anything that I say comes out of my mouth. In your world that you are bothering me, it's a $sign. Well, you're not going to create anxiety in my disabled body. The dollar, and I already said it at that student conduct code hearing. And furthermore, I am the wealthiest disabled person because you got married or you didn't claim in high school. Do not ever try to make me feel I am the wealthiest socialist that you created for the future. You can say what you want to say. That was a grand union, and that's the backyard it served. Gone. Your reality, whatever I say is going to stick. Spokane, Washington. Freedom of the press. The court ruled 5-4 that journalists have no First Amendment right to refuse to divulge confidential news sources and information to grand juries. Overturning a lower federal court, the High Court affirmed in one of 3 cases, Earl Caldwell of for the New York Times could be compelled to enter a grant. Do you want to say that they, at this time, jointly own the International Herald Tribune in Paris, France? A reporter for the New York Times could be compelled to enter a grand jury room to face questionings about his research on the Black Panther parties. And why would I have to justify how I speak? Oh, because, and who did that to me? Do not. You take your head and put it between your legs and scurry away. There's nothing you're going to say to me ever in life. And why are you speaking to me like that? Wow. Class president. School historian, 1984, College Park, double major, history and government. Specializing, wish, international relations. Where's my foreign language, people? We gave you German. I know, they sent me to that building 7-8 times as salesperson. I'm in their lobby. Wow, look at that. You learn more history. Excuse me, escucher? Yeah, those were New York Regents credits. You can't say that either. Either way, I win. Go ahead. Go ahead. You'll be shitting. I'm not going to shit. I don't have to. I did all my research for social work for the first 10 clients. No, I'm not going to have to excuse myself to go to the bathroom because I got the runs. No, there's no question. Ecological framework. I've gone back 50 years. Jeffrey Brackett, the free Negro in Maryland. There's nothing a client. You're not going to bother me. Newsman Shield bill pending in the legislature. Corpus Christi Caller, Texas. Santa Rosa, California. Panthers charge police harassment. Albany, Democrat. Albany, Oregon. February the 23rd, 1973. Revenue sharing not for the poor. Oregon should approve unqualified shield law. Should newsmen have shield law? I'm a history major. I don't know how you taught journalism. Ben Holman. You have a problem with me? I didn't graduate from Maryland. You don't have a problem with me. Did you have a problem with Jason Blair bringing down the master's house? Tit for tat. Ooh, we're on the second day of the Mother's Day. May the 6th, 2022. Oakland Tribune. Newsman's rights. I'm going to figure out which one of you is behind this. From the very beginning. Let me explain something to you. I know who I am and I know where I come from. You will not open up your mouth to me. The moment you do so many other things in life that happened to me, I'm going to hold you responsible, so you're going to shut up. You control your fucking mouth, as you didn't in Baltimore. 10 steps up and you're going to close a door in my face? You know, I thank the federal government. That was a nice little transportation hub that you threw on Eastern Avenue, intersecting with Ponca Street with General Motors down on the bottom. Editors urge U.S. law to shield newsman against court action. New York Times, 71. St. Clair, Missouri. Ooh. Ecord to quiz Black Panthers in Missouri. Congressman Ecord, chairman of the House Committee on Internal Security. Like I said, just something within this last month. Not month, 6 months. Six. Driving, I'm trying to cross the street. What are you playing? The Worn Path by Eudora Weltley? Eudora Weltley, I've got to pick up my medicine. Whoa! When is it going to be my turn? That's all right. I'll wait. Just got to get across the street. You don't bother me, you know. You don't. I don't go near you because you are nothing but sorrow to me. Sorrow. I've requested something, I expect it. And believe me, I can make a list, and you're not going to like that. I know how to do my research, and I know how to bring logic to chaos, and I will logicize. Trust me. It will all make sense by the end. And I will show people how to look for things correctly, of which you didn't. But I can see how this all happened. You bracketed the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. Don't bother me. Do you understand? You still can't figure out your sorrows from another country that brought you here. Carbondale, Illinois, area legislatures favor press shield laws. You know you don't stand a chance, any of you. You have a word. Your language has a word. Kortsombuleka. I was never in life a Kortsombuleka. Who invented that word? Losers. Now you expect that I'm going to take on some fucking sardine ship Onassis? It was sardines, not... He bought some cheap ass shit. My ships cleared their way. Oh, I can say that too. I told you that. Vetova's school, and she is a family friend. What do you call her? The Jean Harris? The school marm? Those are shipping magnates' daughters. Right next to what will become the Tappan Zee Bridge. It gets knocked down, renewal. There goes the shipping school for the girls where they get taught by Vetova. I don't need to know the name of the school, nor do I care about Vetova. She may teach your daughters she's at my coffee table. I'm not alive, and I don't care. Sorry, Charlie. Vetova. Courts versus the media seek new definition. Watchdog under attack. You're going to teach me a journalism lesson? That is the 6th grade, Mrs. Morris. We are switching rooms. So you get a little break so you're not a Ritalin child. Firm behind every word I've stated. It's too bad that Professor Yaney's not alive. Why did he move to Colorado? Man rides a bicycle all the time. Now you're going to tell me who were my teachers. You know, this is fascinating. I do have contact people that are not in this state and not in this country. You did that. You threw me into globalness. You're going to cut me off from my people, my friendships? Really? That's interesting. You're going to tell me about life? Is that what you're going to do now? I think I'm going to tell you about life. They do not teach the earned income tax credit in 95, 96. I will make sure that my clients get the earned income tax credit. I don't understand the intricacies of a practice, you fuck-ass Harris. You want to tell me there's an ethno-violence study? Are you threatening me? In writing. You're not going to find anybody to help you. Yeah, I know. The Culinary Tech Center, 600 hours, hotel operations, Yonkers, New York. He's an African from Africa. All he wants, clean white shirt, come to work on time. If you didn't hold my hand when my back was broken, when the orthopedic surgeon changed his name to another name, when he was kicked out, do you understand? You're George Washington, you will be held accountable for that man Lopez. You vetted him. I am a laborer, a clerk. Legal aspects of the Fair Trial Free Press controversy, the Reardon Report considered, 1969. Oh, I'm sorry. When Ariana created her newspaper, Huffington Press, it's like this. It might have been called Kissinger Press. My name is Henry. My name is Ariana. The Reardon Report, the most notable proposal of the standards, the Committee on the Operations of the Jury System, Judicial Conference of the U.S. So basically, you need to take Charles Gary's with that ginger person, and you need to compare it to this. Because Charles Gary is the precursor to Dr. Phil Bull. The movie TV, jury selection. Part 1 of the Reardon Report recommends sweeping changes in the Canon 20 of the Canons of Professional Ethics. Is that Canon Law Society, Catholic University? How did she get those profit points? Canon Law. They don't go to Trinity. They come to College Park. NASA, Hubble, NASA, Christmas gift to coworkers, 6 colored copies, collated, chipboard, envelope, delivery. They've all gone home. The Canon's jamming. I'm leaving. All right, go. You don't bother me. Don't. You are trying to destroy my character and reputation. I have other things to do, and I have no one to bring these. These bags are going nowhere. I told you. We are finishing this up. I have lived this for 35 years independently. Do not tell me how to navigate. All right? I now just have to sit down, synthesize everything I say. And some people are just wondering, wow, she still doesn't have that legal. Don't worry. And I won't. Why? Why should I? You better take the stupid, because either you're stupid or you did it intentionally. And then you're just going to present yourself, of which that will speak for itself. Volumes. You don't want to do that. Do you know I don't play chess? It was a birthday present to someone else. These little itty bitty cardstock cards. They tell you which way the pieces move. You don't want me to sit down and learn chess. Even before this started, I don't know what these husbands are going home and telling their wives. Just maybe hard worker, you understand? Ooh, the next day, I make my husband's legal copies. That's nice. That's good, isn't it? I'm glad for you. I don't know what he said. Federal grants and aid. Confirmation. Oh, that's Robert Lifton. Yeah, that's Eric Erickson, Valerie Jarrett's mother's creation. And how would you like me to speak to people in an email that gets a response? What is your problems? You're jealous. You're jealous. At least every 6 months, I still get the email. Are you ready to create your nonprofit? No, I am not. Could you imagine? I would have, you don't get a mission and change a mission. That would look stupid. Why, when you founded your organization, decision makers, you can steal it. I'm not copywriting it at this time. I'll find another way to do it. It is not young adults for the future. I'm now old, Elliot Sorrell. And you're going to blame me because Elliot wrote what's it called? The Freebie Hospital. You're blaming me for my psychiatrist. Is this going to be the 2026? Are you whacked? I didn't tell him to team up with Team David Kennedy or whatever that boy's name is. I don't have an addiction problem. If I did, I would be in what is it called? Micah. I know it all. I am thrown with very many different people. Mentally ill, chemically dependent. And they don't call it that anymore. That's so 2010. Of the Special Commission, these changes in the curriculum of American law schools. This isn't Alan Dershowitz on Saturday. I watch him. Ooh, I would have said effect, affect. Silence in the Constitution in the Supreme Court is not Garfunkel, whatever. And the sounds of silence. I think it was the National Constitutional Webinar, one Supreme Court Justice, whichever one, a current one. Silence is up to the Congress, not the Supreme Court. Staffing policies of selected federal agencies, shifts in the content of certain mass media programming. Can be accomplished with little or no increase in cost. What you did in that Walmart 2 months ago, I will never step foot in that store ever again. What do you go there for? Some ice cream, some dessert, and I sit on the thing and I eat it. Spoke to about 3 people from New York that have moved in this direction. Henry Brooks Adams. Yep. There was ice cream in that bag. The corn required the basket. All right? But I've been watching that corn, $1, 75 cents. Finally normal, 33 cents. I can't do this. I take the plastic bag and I take the ears or whatever, and I put them in the bag. I put the bag to the side. I leave it nice. Never again. That's your job with the basket. My Grand Union, bend down and pick it up. That's the only sign in life you need. Bend down and pick it up. You are not bigger than Grand Union. And Poughkeepsie had a coffee bar. Oh, they did. About 2 miles from Franklin's house. You know, past those little bungalows. Oh, I'd never stay there. God forbid. It's like, I don't even think it's a 6 feet ceiling. You'd be like Marilyn Monroe. What happened? And you know what? Oh, I'm not going to say it, but I know who would do it too. She wasn't very nice. Federal grants and aid, perspectives and alternatives deal S. Wright. The American Enterprise Institute for Public Policy. Did you make a lot of money, Hewlett Packard? How long have we known each other? When the Roosevelt Hotel was still open, I used that payphone. Very nice lobby. Not anything that's going to deteriorate anytime soon. You are selling me what? I made 5 copies and it's empty. Forcing me ultimately to stick with these other people. I promise you, Sophia, I will never raise it again. Just this last time, he raised it. I said, bye. And I went back to him. Hewlett Packard, smart friend. Ooh. First of all, I've never gotten an American, Canadian. Oh, in New York, this was the best one. I have taken enough. Just press that F5. That's all you got. Is that? Oh, yes, that's what they did to me that day. President of the United States, in answer to the resolution of the 26th of February, correspondence with the working men of England, 1863. What did I lose? I lost my sign, Liverpool. Civil War wanted. In the compliance with the resolution of the Senate 26th instant requesting, is this my Lincoln Square off of the Covent Gardens? What's it called? Lincoln Inn? It's not my American cousin. Wilkes Booth is related to the Covent Gardens, very small investment. That is their cousin. Confirmed in the English newspaper, Ancestry.com. You can cut me off tomorrow. I have what I want. The initial stockholders of the creation of Broadway, let me tell you, they don't sound like this. There is no demand the union label. They aren't even from Nueva York, except, guess who? The creator of the Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. He controls Broadway, New York City. Very interesting. Copy of any correspondence which may have taken place between me and the working men in England. I transmit the papers mentioned. Abraham Lincoln. When were the Lincoln archives released? 1940 something. You got to start with that. I didn't tell you to be misled. Don't blame me. First of all, I have to pass a licensing exam. I am given 35, 45 books, and whatever you think might be the best, for I might ask any question. History of Archives 1 and 2, drop dead. Nobody, I'm doing you a favor. I'm getting you out of a hole you dug yourself into on purpose. I'm out of the hole. I'm right where I should be. But just in case. This is not Manchester United soccer. From the working men of Manchester to His Excellency Abraham Lincoln, President of the United States of America. As citizens of Manchester assembled at the Free Trade Hall, we beg to express our fraternal sentiments towards you and your country. We rejoice in your greatness and outgrowth of England, whose blood and language you share, whose orderly legal freedom you have applied to new circumstances over a region immeasurably greater than our own. Are you aliens? I have everything I want. It's going to be so beautiful for me. I don't know for you. That's not my business. Chucky. It would be one thing, Chucky, you brought Gothic to New York City. You brought Gothic to Tarrytown. That's Spencer's son, slumming down my street. Gothic, mascara. Who are you talking to, young man? They don't do that down here. Why don't you go back up to Wilson Park Drive? Oh my God, there's still so much. None of you knew how to use a library. Don't. I passed. I was certified. How many things in life did you screw me? I don't need, look. If I want to take the records management exam, well, 7 years ago, it was only at this community college down the street. I don't need to get on an airplane and go to Tallahassee. I just need to get on one bus. How convenient for Sophia. This had nothing to do with me, people. It never did. Trust me how much it never did. Remarks by President Lyndon Johnson on U.S.-Africa policy at a reception marking the 3rd anniversary of the Organization of African Unity, the White House, 66, May 26. I don't care what you've done. Everything I say, you are unorganized. The Democratic Party is destroying the Democratic Party. I'm illogical? No, I'm logical. You are war room. I am logic. Real hatred. Exploring the most vehemently despised presidents in American history. Oh, I'll leave you with this. And listen, you only make it worse for yourselves. Do you understand that? Social Security disability has all necessary documentation. I said that will go in my book. Everything you did everything. You lost a box of psychiatric medical records. It was stored at off-site storage. Just You could go to prison, and if you can, you will. If I had gotten this Theodore Roosevelt internship, I would have been able to afford to go to Jasper Johns 2020. The Theodore Roosevelt internship. Having learned my recent computer skills enrolled in a remote education undergraduate and master's, I have proven I can take direction and implement programs successfully. I am impressed by the fact that you promote teamwork to meet the standards of required commas and semicolons. My guy, remember him? Yeah. It's great, isn't it? Welcome to my world. Acknowledging teamwork to reduce stress and improve quality for users' access. We're only trying to help you, the user. I would like to be a part of that team. Having created a website prior to being introduced to Dublin Core, I am well aware that a misplaced comma or quotation mark or backslash in coding will block the document without highlight. I'm sure they could have done that. Why not? Highlight to error. Blocking the factual text from being viewed. So the search for a comma, quotation mark, backslash throughout the factual text has nothing to do with proper grammar. Dublin Core is not a web page, but it can still be stressful, and it appears that you have thought of that, and I appreciate it and would gladly help review team members' work and have mine reviewed as well. Do you know how many jobs I've applied for? Do you know what Publix requires? A background check, even your bank, how much money you owe. Do not tell me about life. Oh, wasn't this a good one? Pottery, glass blowing, sheep, goat domestication, and bread wheat production. History 103, World Civilizations. Yes, I found Psyox. Oh, I know. You're all going to try and teach Sophia a lesson. Go ahead. Go ahead and teach Sophia a lesson. Huh? Is that what you want to do? Well, Mr. Barron went to school with my father and college with my aunt in New Jersey. The one that took me to the Little Indian Museum. There were Indians in New Jersey. Dean of Students. He was the principal, replaced by Dr. Clark. Thoughts to ponder. People are unreasonable, illogical, self-centered. Love them anyway. If you do good, people will accuse you of selfish motives. Do it anyway. If you are successful, you will win false friends. And what did Mr. Wilson say 5 years earlier? What makes you think you're one of us? They will tell you be realistic, meaning you can't. They will tell you you can't. If you believe them, I promise you, across this greatest nation, there is no group smarter. That is not the way. Do not tell me about my reality. I am fully integrated. You watch how you speak to me, that you. I am behind a curtain. If you are successful You will win full. Oh, why are they moving teachers? Thank you, Mr. Barron. That's coming to an end in 75 with the bottom of the graduating college. You do not control the Tarrytown public school systems. He does. Your Betty Hardiman? She should have found me as class president and introduced herself to me. Betty. You will win false friends and real enemies. Try to be successful anyway. The good you do will be forgotten tomorrow. Do it anyway. Honesty and frankness will make you vulnerable. Be honest and frank anyway. People favor the underdog, but they chum up to the top dog. Fight for the underdog anyway. I am not underdog. I am Penelope Puttstop. What you spend years building can be destroyed overnight. Hence, oh, please, I am not going to worry about walking to anywhere. Trust me. This is done. And whatever you did between that post office when I paid the archivist in Texas her $500, doesn't she deserve to be paid? Whatever you did between that post office and that other store. Yup. What you spend years building can be destroyed overnight. Build anyway. Give the world the best you have, and chances are you'll get kicked in the teeth. Give it anyway. Good luck, best wishes, so long, come back and see us. Let us always be proud of you. I'm just going to take the part of the renowned. She says. Every Odd Man 1907 posted is before this one. I am now mandated to spend 6 hours of my day. Mindfulness. He turns on the radio to songs and leaves. Oh, Sophia, if you dole out food in the cafeteria, we'll give you extra. The nurse, you're fat, and write down everything you eat every day. He's telling me to eat. That's a crazy place. If this Magro woman, when she came to my house, I swear to God, if there was like a McDonald's certificate that I was entitled to and you came to my McDonald's to eat my food, everybody else, when these people come to the house, they get fast food. I think she ate my McDonald's. Yes. Client reports she has ongoing financial problems due to large debt. Thank you, Mr. Habrowski. Did I not say that at the Student Conduct Code hearing 2 years prior? I gave you a dollar amount. She canceled Medicare Part B and D. Do you know there's a penalty to come back? Do you know what Medicare is? There's a penalty to return in an effort to pay off her debt. Yeah, I pay you each month though, don't I? That woman, oh, she's smoking like a fiend, and there is no smoking on that campus. She died. She can't take it anymore. I'm like, what's wrong with her? I'm writing the check. She died. She wanted to. Created more debt as she had only Part A during her last hospitalization and owes $8,000. Thank God for the charity ward. It is unclear how VNS is being paid as they administer her injection of Haldol. She reports that all her money goes to pay down her debt. She is attending CDT, but does not know how long she can continue due to the cost. Client is socially isolated. States her friends will no longer talk to her. Client would like to volunteer and someday work. She reports she recently filed a complaint against VESID. Client's symptoms impair her judgment. Does Adaman 1907 look impaired? She reports spending her free time trying to organize her papers against agencies and facilities she feels have acted against her. Date completed, January the 28th, 2010. Welcome to the United States of America, the territory of Daniel Patrick Moynihan. Turning it over I can't substantiate what is going on. How does this redistribution happen? Did I volunteer for the Domestic Violence Center, Prince George's County? And I'm not going to tell you where it is because it could still exist. It is around the area of the Pier 1 Import and the church across the street. Henry Pacheco. He gave me the wheel. They will tell you who you can talk to. They will control your money. Your Paris Glendenning, I wasn't accepted. How'd that get to my house? We appreciate your volunteering. Insurance-wise, who was there pretending to be me? Anything I say about these people, Courage Award? You know what? It's like this. Considering so many of these people in Tarrytown have relatives in Baltimore, what did you do over your summer vacation? I want to see her describe this near-death experience. We were driving to Baltimore, my father in the Avis rent-a-car. I was asleep in the back seat and my brother was asleep the other way in the back seat. There is a car changing its tire, not the Georgetown 3 lanes, fast lane, whichever way. Class of 84. With the swan that's melting, ice swan. No hazards, no nothing. My truck driver father goes to avoid hitting him. There is a car in the middle lane with a trailer in the back. He hits the trailer, makes it to the emergency lane. The man stops, not to witness. He waited for the police as a witness to the fleeing of this guy. He had car problems and it was fixed so quickly. Eventually, that guy in the middle will sue my father. First of all, none of the material that Elliot Sorrell put me on was not for paranoid schizophrenia, of which the dosage was 2.5. Ellie, at that time, you only need this to get over the hump. There is nothing over the hump. Does he say go to your guidance counselor on campus? Go to your human resources? What does she talk about? Kinkos. One day he finally says, you need another job. Ah, but then when he thinks the money is coming, he thinks I'm rich. I said to him, what makes you think I'm rich? I have no money. I buy your bow ties, not your socks. Bow ties are less than socks. I'm assuming it's because my grandfather's name is Arikos. No, he took that name when he came to this country. The only sane person is my mother. She didn't change her name. They're whacked. He loved that name. It's not his, not even a relative's. Patient is a 43-year-old female. History of paranoid schizophrenia. If you had abided by 9.2711D created by the state of New York, I'm responsible for this? No, I just got to keep going. I did this. Your Hibrowski did it. Forget about the ethno-violence. The transfer coordinator, your Governor Glendenning. It is the constituent campus. No, it's not. It's the transfer coordinator, bozo breath. I did this. Meryl Streep turns over her ring. She's going to group therapy in New York. I did this. No, I did not. And you can't do anything because the box is missing. You're funny people. You think why'd they do that? Because she is never going to get a good night's sleep. If this goes south for her, she'll be with the screamers. How did we leave New York? If you're not careful, Sophia, the next time, it is not going to be Westchester. It's going to be Rockland. You don't want Rockland. She's 43 with a history of paranoid schizophrenia and fibromyalgia. From there to there. What happened to the dysfunctional uterine bleeding? A COPS referral from Westchester Behavioral Health. Continued structured treatment. I am maintained on Haldol, 100 milligrams. I am monthly. And Cogentin, because I am a danger. Have I ever been in danger? From the Worth Street of the New York Law Library, where you were entitled to 50 free sheets a day, to the Schoenberg Library, to the New York Public Library, from the John Jay College, where you need a ticket. If you call it the Founders Library of NYU next to the Glass House Library, a ticket. In writing any of these papers, we get to that too. Have you thrown it away yet? Have the New York City Police ever taken me? Has MoMA, the New York, the old Whitney, the Metropolitan, just from my own property that's commercially zoned. And when I go to the village hall, because there is no in your village code, what you got there? And he shut it down. He opened and closed the session. Mayor Janos. Hollywood to Main Street. The Preacher's Wife, Mona Lisa's Smile, and all the others. Funny guy. Yeah, I'm not going to show that top port. Previous admissions include Psychiatric Institute of Washington, 1991. April 2nd for 2 weeks. That's courtesy of George Washington Emergency Room. Lowy and that other... Oh. She claims that professors at the University of Baltimore County graded me capriciously, leading to the chain of events. You want to find out about this ethno-violence study? I did this. Oh, rich. You know what caused that? The reflux disease, the camera up the nose. 1 drop of water is waterboarding. The pressure of my lovely College Park my freshman year, oh, I'd die. Leading to the chain of events and culminating in complaints lodged by patient, agitation resulting in numerous admissions. Indicate employed Kinkos in Washington, D.C., 87 to 96. A complex delusional system, perceived injustices, Kinkos. I am on Social Security disability, people. What is going on here? I filed to get my $16,000. That's my money. What happens to this money? This is real, and they had documented it. I am the crippled person making medical records envelopes, apply pressure hand placement. Complex delusional system, injustices, employee, and an ethno-violence study being conducted at the University of Maryland. Across from the side of the Science and Tech New York Public Library, above the pharmacy, there was a labor organization, and I will speak to these gentlemen 5 at a table for over an hour about this Maryland situation. They do not tell me they have an organization 20 minutes from College Park. He appears to believe that numerous seemingly random events, escalators not working, they're for disabled people. Bus drivers deliberately hitting potholes. The current mayor of Baltimore, that's the first thing he did, pothole countdown. William Donald Schaefer gave them the asphalt, the tar to fill up the potholes. Wow. If it's her car, she sues the city. Bus drivers deliberately hitting potholes, conspired to harm her. Well, Lopez is going to blame somebody. Is he delusional? Questions posed to patient to clarify her belief results in further obscuring detail. Hospitalized in 91, Psychiatric Institute of Washington. Due to stress following the death of her grandmother and learning of her grandfather's death on the day of her discharge. There is no Kubler-Ross for there isn't, people. Poisoned in Baltimore row house is more like it. Wasn't my dental friend. The day of her discharge. Readmitted April of 2002. Yeah, I explained. Each hospitalization was prior to mailing out complaints. That's true. Within 1 or 2 weeks, either I'm prevented from mailing. No, that's right. Regarding her undergraduate social work degree from Maryland, there is a pattern of agitation and verbal threats over the phone, but not a known history of physical violence. She reportedly worked as a sales and marketing rep, consumer liaison for Kinko's, Washington, D.C., 8 years, 87-96, without difficulty on patient's part, according to patient. Perceived difficulties on the part of management. Not worked since. Dismissal appears to have occurred in response to angry and demanding behavior following 1996 incident. She arrived at work after a snow blizzard to find the store closed. Amtrak closed. Insisted on being reimbursed for taking a hotel room. Insisted. That check, and I'm not getting up. What is this? I waited years. This also appears to be part of a pattern of fighting perceived injustices in inappropriate, agitated, threatening manner. Perceived injustices, beliefs that doctors, hospitals broke her neck, back, neck, and bladder. She reportedly has 3 herniated discs in the upper and lower back. She recalls being put on administrative leave for failure to do her job. Past medication, Risperidol, Navain, Devicote, Seroquel, in chart, but denied by patient. Ativan, which I don't remember anxiety, Ativan. She is currently finding Haldol all right. School history. Notable for academic difficulties, which she dates to her junior year in college. She entered her senior year in college. I've been a senior for 20 years. Expelled. Double major in history and government. In 91, changed major to social work, changed back. She changed her social work major due to being denied a housing internship, which was required. Patient alleges this refusal was an injustice perpetrated by faculty. Family history is negative for mental health diagnosis or substance. And I'm going to leave it here because, I said that doesn't matter. How's my Vietnam veteran doing? The burn unit of Texas? No Vietnam veteran discussion at the UMBC campus? White Plains, New York? Because I figured by doing that, I could find a New York lawyer and say it's not taught. The gunner, the mechanic, takes the first flight with the passenger. He'll do a good job or we all go down. Complex delusional system with irrational connections, the physical illness and the unrelated events. Narrative upon questioning becomes increasingly complex. Beliefs appear fixed, inflexible. She sees herself as victimized by multiple parties, but several connections she makes appears tenacious. Did they look up the Psychiatric Institute of Washington? In 1994, the Justice Department raided them. I'm just telling you, not on me. I stand firm behind everything I've ever said, and don't push your luck, because there is a God above. My God. When you see 2 footprints, I carried you. That's my God. Further comments. Explanation of delusions is increasingly complex, internally logical, e.g., the ethnoviolence study conducted at her college has a direct responsibility for her physical injury incurred by patient to her disc herniation. And ring the bell. The traction fell off. Bellevue Hospital, Ignatius Lopez, she is under watch for what she did to you. Nothing you can do about it. If I was a threat, why aren't I given paid? Not the $100, that's separate. If I was a threat to this CDT, why was I not put on the little bus that picks you up from your house? Why am I at the bus stop? Why am I in the group therapy in the wintertime? You will not complain if you wear heavier socks. They don't even tell me that in kindergarten. Mr. Caldwell, everybody jump in the pool. Mrs. Hand, Mrs. Seminara, Mrs. Oreo. Nobody says double up on the socks, kiddies. It's wintertime. That's all right. In planning appear organized. She was effective in obtaining financial assistance through the pharmaceutical company. Yeah, I did that. To continue Abilify for the next year, for example, judgment appears intact. She is working at a volunteer job at Open Door Clinic, reading to youngsters who are waiting at the clinic, and is considering pursuing vocational rehab through VESID. When I say there can be no apology. What are you, nuts? What apology? No, it's kind of like in your face. It's not MoMA about face. It's not the woman that looks like the Wizard of Oz with the bicycle in the... It's in your face, people. In your face. I will find that renowned schizophrenia, paranoid, diagnosis, access to disc disorder, intervertebral cervical, issues related to parents, tenants, and conflict. Will I go to Judge Crosby? Should Judge Crosby have taken care of that? Did I show him the letter from Mr. Willett Wylet? Everything was fine, Mrs. Kurtzopoulos, till your daughter came back. Is he throwing me out of a house I own? You know, the little poster man with the... I won that case. I win every case. They want their security. I've just $10,000 plus to redo that apartment, Mr. Wylet, because you cut a hole. What'd they do this for? Ask Mr. Habrowski. Who are you going to compare me to, Habrowski? I am the difference. I am the change. There is no hope in Terrytown. There is reality. I serve these people at 7 o'clock. They know no hot deli item. That's a restaurant. No food stamp deli item. Hot. Is there a supermarket there? Who got rid of it? They did. These foreigners inside my house when I'm a child. When I say I want those educational visas to New York Medical College, you're damn right I do. Did I say at the hearing you gave me reflux disease? I don't care about your dry mouth. Dr. Bathji is dead. He gave me something stronger than penicillin when I came back from that campus. I pedaled my bicycle from Tarrytown to Lincoln Avenue in Ossining. I am a bikeist. I walked up the back door with the heart person pharmacy. Zellman. Gastro-reflux disease. Does not take the medication, too costly. Do you know how much that purple box was at the beginning? Over $200. None on record. New York Medical College. Herniated disc. Private physician. Dr. Narain Bathji, fibromyalgia. Deceased. Oh, the fibromyalgia. Tahoe. Tahoe. They will put you in a bungalow. There's nobody in New York. Fibromyalgia is brand new. A bungalow in Tahoe. I'm not going. Bellevue Hospital. Chronic anemia, bowel, bladder. Source of internal bleeding. I lied? No, I didn't. These are my delusions. What are you doing here? I'm not taking back anything I said. Why should I? You do understand. You can't have it all the way you want. I said there will be a fight because they don't want to get in trouble. They don't want to get in trouble. Rafael Lopez certainly doesn't want to get in trouble because he changed his name to Stuart. The Spanish lady who worked for the World Bank and came to Sergeant Shriverville and said to the class, if you know Spanish, this is not for you. She talks to Bill fluently in Spanish 15 minutes because he's leaving for the Peace Corps. Why aren't you gone yet, Bill? She will tell us that in Spain land, I don't want your culture. Sorry, Charlie. The men can take the mother's maiden name. Yeah, that's what Stuart did to get out of trouble. And then he lied in the Philadelphia court case. And the judge asked him, what's your name? That's George Washington. What is this? I did a funny on you? Oh, let me tell you something, GW. I'm assuming you owned the Holiday Inn, whatever that was. Howjo's, my oatmeal for $2.50 across from the Watergate. Then you sold it to the Koreans, and that was nice. Silent TV, old movies. Not the little thing where you put in a dime and push the number for the radio. By the end, it becomes George Washington Student Dining. So obviously they owned it to begin with, don't you think? I think. Now I have to go all the way to Georgetown, the end of Georgetown, to that supermarket. I am not spending $7 at the Allen Lee Hotel on F Street, of which they shut that down. He renovated every room. New mattresses, queen size, new air conditionings. They shut them down. Who owned that? They're underground because I needed a light for my cigarette. We went to a stove. It's like the whole block underground. Who escaped from there? It says renowned school. I didn't use the word renowned. She did. You know I don't talk like renowned. Isn't that funny? Single white female. Did that girl ever have another movie? The little bungalow girl, single white female. You know it's going to be really bad. It is. What's going to be really bad if they have my incubator records. That's going to be really bad. I mean that. Dr. Bathji has a plaque in the emergency room of Phelps. Dr. Romanelli will say this to me. I'm so proud of you, Sophia. Some people never say, I want a change in medicine when they come here. Good for you. Do you know what happened? His dog died. He loved that dog. He loved that dog. Yeah. He did one heck of a electric slide. I will say this, the Thanksgiving spread is incredible. And do you know who did that before they took it away? And that's why, once you get the windfall, you better manage that money. It was the place on Beekman Avenue. The food, they catered the lunch every day. Then they cut it back to 2 days, and then they got rid of the cafeteria. I don't lie. You think this is funny? Oh, they do ask religion. They do. You think it's funny? Religion, Protestant. Religion raised, Protestant. It is documented that they say I did not prove snow. I proved snow. I went to the school board and there was snow. The schools were closed. Public Works, there was snow. Oh, trust me, I gave them 6,000 pages of snow. That's an Avis rental. They know there was snow. They also know the car was changed, and they know why. Tap it. Whoop. Did I drive over 300 miles like that? Whoop. I know what I'm doing. In the rain, because they think it's George Washington. Oh, I'm crossing the Trenton. Where do you think the accident was? The Turnpike Police. You know, I paid those drunk people. 3 men. And yes, I called Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. That's what you do. This is group therapy. I paid for that too. School at the Culinary Tech. Yeah, you know. Open Door, Hospitality, Case Manager Magro. Gave up the Medicare to pay off the credit card debts. Why did that happen, Mr. Habrowski? There is nothing that I've said that's inaccurate. Nothing. It's not. Oh, don't. Don't. First of all, as I said, if you have an organization, you better put a sign in. How did you get here? Did you experience a problem getting here? And from the beginning to the end. And if you experience a problem afterwards, we want to know. Because you need to document it. And then you, the nonprofit, you need to earn your nonprofitness and report it. And watch those Cheeros, that little sugar nugget. Yeah, you sent me to Getty Square and I got a lot of people mad. Uh-huh. That was smart. You do know I'm in the paper. Gannett hasn't put it there. That Irishman who had the restaurant on the water across from the new Yonkers Library. He had 2 restaurants. He shut down too. I don't know why. It was like a 5-star restaurant. Patient began her story. It's not a story. How did they do this? They have taught you as a student no law. That was up to Roberta Coates. She knows better. Oh, don't. I will go to the housing on campus of South Hill. I will speak to the gentleman. And he said, oh, we had an insert in the Diamondback. Here it is. I was in New York at that time, in the East Village. transferred to the store where Anita Peterson went to college with Don Harold, the creator of the Kinko's Bible, but unable to manage 3 stores in New York City and 1 in Connecticut because he's stealing the money with the gay brigade? You know, him. Did you tell him? I allow my managers to run their stores whichever way they see fit, Sophia. Raymond, who looks like Bunchy, he's the delivery driver. He says, do you know how much they pay for that van? The gay brigade van that goes to Long Island? I don't use it, Sophia. I'll get stuck in traffic. It's quicker to do it this way. Patient began her story. There is nothing I say that's a story. By letting me know that things changed when she took pictures of abandoned row houses in her social work program that nobody liked. She stated that these were near a famed research facility institute in the city of Baltimore and near a city housing initiative. Yeah, she's right. Lafayette Courts, Kennedy Krieger Institute, reopened by Shriver. Nice photo op. Those 8 rows, it's by law. It has the plywood. That was if you're Cisneros and Cuomo and Clinton in the years 1996 did not take a core sample, and now they're climate change. No, you're not. No, and I'm not losing to Oxford and Cambridge. I don't need to be a rocket scientist. She states that she wrote a paper with the premise being a walking tour of the era, which she got an F. She states that the people did not like these pictures and seemed to imply that she had discovered some kind of hypocrisy, if not something worse. She notes that these pictures even affected her relationship with her maternal and extended family, whom she was staying with in Baltimore, noting that they were status conscious in this Greek community. I'm not Protestant circle, and that because of this, her parents stopped communicating with them. We're all in the dog basement, me and my father. That's for Flora. The refrigerator is for Flora. The Dak ham expired from the flea market. That's for the dog. I love Flora. If I could have taken Flora home, I would have. She died. In between, she worked in Kinko's, worked her way up to assistant managers, ran into problems there when she was assigned to a store in New York City that had problems with copyright infringement. But I'm delusional. You know what copyright is? Everything I said is delusional. Yeah. I also said I speak to nothing less than an industrial psychiatrist. The label on the medication says, do not drive, do not use heavy-duty equipment. And this is important. I asked for something, provide it. She is living with an 80-year-old father. Her father is a second-generation Greek-American who has diabetes, triple bypass, and is currently experiencing early-stage Alzheimer's. When she was struggling with her social work program, her second time in school in the mid-90s, he came to Baltimore to drive her back and forth to class. The abandoned row houses. Now, I'm not excluding information. What the police said and what this document says, it's two different things. Do you understand? If my neighbor called, well, that's interesting to me. You mean the one with the science project? And I'm, what, 6, 7? A science project and a zipper down, you bolt. Him that flicks his dick out the back window to the building and to the side. And they made him Halloween monitor. He called the police on me? What are you telling me that for? I'd rather have it be the other way. Trust me. So even that, you would get mad at Sophia. First of all, ladies, if you knew your neighbor was like that, you would tell your husband and your husband would make the decision. You will sit your child down. If you didn't and something happened and then you never opened up your mouth, that's on you. So do not, please, do not tell me the conversations I would have had to have had. The decisions I would have had to make regarding my property because of that fuckface who God got back at him, chopped his legs off. Payback is wonderful. So in relation to this earned income tax credit, which I'm sure they gave to those girls in Baltimore, right? Or is that like that gift card and you just stole them all? The United States government, when I attended San Jose, although I don't know why they audited me, oh, that was horrible. Then I finally thought I had a human being, and then it went to a machine. The government had a program, tax credits. Are you telling me I shouldn't take advantage? I know what to, oh, don't. It's already happening, bit by bit. You're disabled and you're getting what? There's not, oh, don't. From the moment this started, where are my children? You bred those people. And they don't even put it in a bread box of a firehouse. It's the same program. Do you not know how to take care of yourselves, people? Did you not take advantage of it? It's there for you, just like borrower's defense. Don't you ever, do you understand that? The material that I requested from the Washington, D.C. Consortium for my social work library, the immigration books, the Angelos Ma and Pa Law Library, of which completely redone. What does that mean? What is the outside of that piece of shit? What have you done to my life? For what? First, Housing Act of 37, Glass-Steagall Act, balloon payment. What have you done for 500 miles of I-95? You didn't do it? Sure you... Oh, don't. This was the kicker. The Boston accented nurse. She was there for 1 and 2. Look, Sophia, just take the medicine for the rest of your life and you won't have a problem. I don't do cocaine. I've never even looked at it to go up my nose by accident. Outside of something that was necessary. My God, that's the strongest pot. It's stronger than Thai weed. Never again. But it had such a nice container. It was a wooden and you... It was good. Stay away from it, because I said you don't know what they're putting in it. Oh, I came and I said, stay away. It's not what you think. And look what happened. It's far worse, huh? Even that crazy-ass De Niro lost a grandson. He could care less. He's still the same. To that, he smoked some tainted pot. It is what it is, people. It is what it is. Whoa, woo! Johns Hopkins, criticism over experiments, the British Medical Journal. And I'm going to leave you with that. Johns Hopkins faces further criticism over experiments. Like I said, whatever's going on, it started in January, earnestly. Johns Hopkins faces further criticism over experiments. Deborah Josephson, San Francisco. The Johns Hopkins University Medical Center in Baltimore facing fresh criticism. The Kennedy Krieger Institute, which is affiliated with the Johns Hopkins. The Maryland Court of Appeals ruled 7-1 to allow the lawsuit to move forward. I said what I'm going to do. Why don't you understand it? I'm a Republican. I've been afforded this privilege to destroy the Democratic Party, not LBJ. God bless him. He tries, and he does. You are killing each other from one end to the other end, and you're what? You're doing it to yourselves. This Attorney General under the caucus, and then the Campbell, because he dies in 2024 at 101. Where is the observation that is allowing this to legally happen? In my book, on the book. If I had gone to Wheaton College, my brothers would be Harvard. Would I have been one of those women? Dark sunglasses. I wouldn't tell that story. They had possibilities. They had a swan in the lake. There's a boy on the campus. Don't pay attention to him. He just mumbles. He's not, whose son was he? Do you let him in the chalet to watch what's his name? Bond, James Bond. Yeah. One people. Ward versus Maryland, 1871. Paul versus Virginia, 1869. Constitutional Law Reporter, Corfield versus Coriel. Oh, you know the truth. You see, a Vanderbilt was nothing. They were not rich. They will have a ferry from Staten Island to the mainland. They will transport those rich people. Bink and shoe people, that's separate. It's kind of like that. There will be a lawyer for the Vanderbilt, and I think it was the Coriel Korfeld case. He will initiate that. Nothing about this is going to change. Nothing. Your Anita Peterson will not tell me there is a judge's injunction. The level of unprofessionalism, don't stick your... I said, if I am not stupid. I handled that hearing beyond. Do not tell me about life. You don't know about life. You've come to this country because of the Marshall Plan. You don't know nothing about helping other people. You were helped. All right? You all were helped. And your greed, and because you wanted to make fun of people for watching television, it's called the Family Hour. You don't have to be embarrassed about the Family Hour. Nor what those stations chose to do with the Family Hour and that hour. I'd do it, but I'd get hurt. It would hit me. I don't want that. Don't let them bother you. They made the money. They took the money. It is on them.